Hate speech is subjective and therefore as real as any given fantasy. We already talked about that today. And of course, the modern religion of censorship. And when you're questioning a modern religion such as censorship, it is important to consider its axiom: what is your God going to be? How can universal truth and moral virtue be achieved in a secular world? God would do it top down. Authority, absolution, salvation, silence. In the case of the modern religion of censorship, it's just silence that you're looking for. Hearing a dissenting view, well, that might bounce up against your cognitive dissonance muscles and might trigger your confirmation bias to protect itself, to go into a survivalistic state where you've heard the same messages again and again and again. We have heard them. I've heard them. We've all gone through this. This isn't any one person. This is all of us. Repetition, my friends. We hear the same messages again and again and again, and they become the truth. And then the more ingrained they are, the more they've traveled through our neural pathways, the harder it is for us to accept new ideas. Instead, we get cognitive dissonance. We think in the back of our head sometimes. We all do this. We say, is that true? Nah, can't be true. I'm going to bounce that idea off because it may be too uncomfortable. Maybe it conflicts with my confirmation of what the truth is, my bias towards what has already been established. And I don't know what to do except for to walk the other direction. It's too uncomfortable. Cognitive dissonance is a protective mechanism, as I've talked about in other videos, but it can be destructive to our epistemological journey, because sometimes we look at situations and say, well, this is contradictory. The reality is that contradictions don't really exist. It's really usually more missing information. Now, some people are truly being irrational and illogical at a given point in time, because we are all irrational beings trying to make sense of this world using things like ethics and morals and all these systems to find a moral code that we can hold on to, a bar, and have order in our lives, purpose, meaning. It's not just a postmodern, post-truth world of Dadaism. We have to have something to look to for support, for stability, a rock in a violent ocean of uncertainty. We have to have something. So we turn to modern religion, we turn to traditional religion, but we turn to things like censorship to say, well, we should be removing all the voices that are not credible, and then of course credibility is in many ways subjective. Like if someone's deliberately leading people down a road of destruction and disinformation, which the difference between misinformation and disinformation is that disinformation requires intent, but of course reading intent is mind reading. Only the person's what they're communicating, only the person communicating can actually give you an idea, and then you have to read their face and read their expressions and understand their words. And frankly, and that's why with censorship, you're not really being reasonable. You're using something I would call more of a faith, thus putting faith over reason, and thus being a disciple of a modern religion. God would do it top down. He would arbitrarily remove the voices that he doesn't like. That would be censorship. Silence.